Hello, my friends. Welcome to Together on 17. I am in Austin, Texas. Did not bring my other microphone, so you are going to hear the intro right now, and we're going to go straight into this run. Today's my birthday, as I'm recording this, so that shows you how much you as a community mean to me. I wanted to do this on my birthday. I may just do a 30 or 45 minute run today. It is pretty humid and sticky and stuffy here in Austin, and I don't know how. It's quite hard work for me to do these together runs, just because I have to concentrate on so many things at the same time, and so I may only do a 30 and a 45 minute, or maybe even just a 30. As of me recording this, I don't know, you will know by the time this comes out. But as it is my birthday, before we would get running, do you mind going to subscribe on iTunes, to leave a review, or to actually share your picture today? Do something to help me get the word out about these podcasts, about what I'm doing here. I feel like this is pretty unique, and that's a gift you can give to me, is to just help get the word out. Whatever that means to you, sharing it in your running group, telling people about it, sharing it on social media, going to subscribe, something like that really helps me out. So if you could do that before you go, if you can do that when you get back, whatever that means, would really, really appreciate it. All right, so are you ready to get going on our run? We are going to be running along, I don't even know the name of the trail, but it's a really beautiful trail. And so, yeah, let's go. You ready? 3, 2, and 1. Now, I ran the other direction of this trail a few days ago, and haven't run this way. So we'll see how it looks, but I've heard it's really cool, and it's a lot of gravel. There's obviously a lot of different animals. The sun is just starting to come up, and so I think it's going to be fun. And I may take us on a little trip to I've got off the path. I may take us on this path has been completely demolished since I was last here a few days ago. I'm going to go back again. May take us on you may hear me jump into Barton Springs, which is a really cool pool in Austin, an outdoor natural spring-fed pool, and I've been wanting to go in it. We went in the creek part of it yesterday, but we haven't been in the main bit, and that was because it was being cleaned yesterday. And I love jumping into water post-run, don't you? I definitely do. And so I may do that on this run. I obviously won't take my phone in. My phone can go in, just not the microphone. So, but you may hear me jump in. We'll see where we go here. Okay, so I want to begin as we normally do. We're going to take a body scan, go through our body. Oh, I'm not having the words today. We're going to scan down through our body, and I'll tell you when to start. We're going to start at the top of our head, and we will work our way down through our body, checking in, seeing how things feel, seeing what feels tight, paying attention to the bits that feel stiff, paying attention to the bits that feel loose and good, and we'll check in later on to see whether it's the same areas or different areas. And yeah, okay, so are you ready? I'm going to point out certain things for you to pay attention to, but if other things jump out to you, feel free to go with them instead, or as well as. Okay, so let's begin at the top of our head, working your way down through your eyes. If your eyes are scrunched, just relax them right now. Going into your ears, into the back of your head, your chin. Is your jaw clenched? If it is, just let it go. going into your neck, the back of your neck, going into your shoulders and arms. If you're holding your arms really tight right now and up and bent, just shake them out. And then in your hands, should be doing what Mary Kane said about pretending you're holding an egg in your hands. Should be how loose you're holding them right now. And then going back to your torso, working your way down through your body, through your chest, through your stomach, through your hips, pelvis, through your quads and hamstrings, into your knees, into your shin and calf, down into your ankle, into your heel and arch, and finally your toes. How do you feel? Currently just running under what they call the bat cave, which is where 1.5 million bats live. And last night actually I went to watch them come out, and it was pretty crazy actually. Got to see them all flying all over the place, and yeah, it was a cool thing to see in Austin, running under there, knowing that there's 1.5 million bats. Pretty surreal thought, right? Back to us. How did you feel there? Anything jumping out at you as tight or stiff? Anything jumping out at you as feeling relaxed and calm, and something that's maybe feeling good that you haven't felt good in a few days or a few weeks, months, whatever. Okay, and next I'd like to ask you, how are you mentally? I'll give you a little bit of my thoughts on myself, but I want you to take some time here to really think about you. How are you? For me, I honestly would just say happy, content, at peace. Yeah, I do, being your birthday, that I am very much a birthday person. We didn't bring things with us. It's not like we're having this giant celebration. Actually, we can talk about that in a minute. I want to save that. But I'm feeling happy, and just 33 today. Feel like I'm in a good age. Feel like I'm at a good point in my life. Obviously, COVID is still very much around, and that's scary, but otherwise, I feel very, content. Don't really know what else to say. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to go into doing our 5 senses check-in. And as always, we're going to finish with sight, because we over-rely and overstimulate our sight and our eyes. So what we're going to do, we're going to begin by taking a nice deep breath. What do you smell? Can you name that smell? Can you not name that smell? I definitely can't. some kind of, I don't even know what to describe it. Let's call it Austin for me. What do you taste? Me, I taste toothpaste. One's pretty similar often, isn't it? Right, so next we're going to take a few moments to go over what we hear. That means you are going to have to either take your headphones out or take them off, maybe off if you want to keep them on your head, just so you can take in your surroundings and see what you hear. Not my sounds here in Austin, but what do you hear? Really try and pay attention. We do this activity with Bailey quite a bit and she really enjoys it. So, what do you hear? For me, I hear cars, a lot of cars going over a bridge. I hear the bugs, whatever bugs they may be. I heard the sound of a fire engine. I hear other people's footsteps. I hear my breathing. What did you hear? Next, we're going to do feel. Just going to be in your body a minute, paying attention to how your body is, and see what comes up for you. What senses jump to your awareness, and you feel them while you're running. We're going to take a little bit of time to see what it is with you, and just follow it. If it's like a sweat drop, and then chafing, hopefully not chafing already, and then your watch, and then your hand, just follow it, see what comes up. It's another good one for hearing, right? Dog panting. Okay, what do I feel? I feel the ground moving beneath my feet. I'm not used to running on dirt. I like it, but I definitely feel it under my feet. I'll let myself go with the stream of consciousness now. I feel my feet. I feel my hands, the sweat in my hands between my fingers. I feel my phone slightly digging into my palm. I feel a sweat drip running down my elbow. I feel my hair bouncing around on my back. I feel the sweat by my temples. And I feel my hand again, the sweat in my hand. Yeah. Good job paying attention to the ones we don't use. And now, before we go on to site, I have a confession. I said the sun was coming up here. Apparently it's not, because I'm definitely running in the dark along this trail. There's a lot of people out here, so I feel okay. But yeah, it is definitely dark, so I can't see much at all. And so for me, I'm just going to be guiding you. But I guess I can tell you what I see in terms of shapes and, you can still see silhouettes, I should say. But I want to see what you see. Okay, let's start with in front this time. Look forward. What is it you see? Pick something in the distance and hone in on it. What is it? This works especially well if you haven't been where you're running before. But even if you have, see if you can pick something different. What do you see? Look all around in that front line of view. Pick some things out. And turn your head to the right. What do you see there? All the way to the right. Look up, look down. What do you see? Look on the diagonal. What do you see now? And to the left. All the way to the left. Look up. Look down. Try and pick something you haven't noticed before. What do you see? And finally the diagonal to the left. Look all around. What do you see? Thank you for joining me in our census check-in and our health check-in. I would like you to take a moment to thank yourself for doing that. It's not always easy to take the time to do that, especially when we feel like our runs are our escape or our place to process. We want to just get into it, and so we don't. Oh, this is hard work trying to figure out where I'm going in the dark. Not the best choice safety wise. Some of you are definitely going to be like, what are you doing? Listen to that. Ah, isn't that the best sound? Yes, it is. Oh, I've realised where I am now. I'm at that creek, the pool I talked about. Although definitely at a rocky part, so I'm going to turn around before I fall and hit my face and get back onto the part that is sidewalk. Oh, that's the best noise. What is your favourite noise? Do you have a favourite noise? I do feel like for me, having my 2 kids, their noises are my favourite noises in the world. But I really do love the sound of rushing water. That really is just so special. Incredible feeling. What about you? What would you say? By the way, I'm getting a lot of feedback that you enjoy the questions I ask on these. And it makes you feel, like we're running together. Right now, we're currently having a tour of Austin in the dark. However, it is definitely starting to get light now. So That's a good sign, right? Apparently it gets light a lot later in Austin than it does in St. Louis. Okay, so we are at 18 minutes. I'm not going to have us stop and take our picture until it's a little lighter. So, and also that will give us a new spot for you, hopefully, to take a picture. But I'm going to take a minute to just thank those of you who have signed up for Patreon over the last week to support me, to help me continue to do these runs. I am trying to figure out what I'm going to do here with these, and also what's happening in terms of sponsors with these, because I want it to be a natural fit, and I want it to be something that doesn't feel salesy. And right now I'm just enjoying doing these, and sometimes it feels like I'm tainting it a little bit with ads. So if you want to support me, if you really appreciate what I do with these, you can go to Patreon and you can sign up to be a supporter there, and I'll put a link to it wherever you find this podcast. We are going over a bridge. Love running over bridges. I'll put a link to it and you can check it out, only if you want to. So I think a good conversation piece today would be, I mentioned it's my birthday, and Steve and I, our families, view birthdays so different. For me, like anyone whose birthday it is, especially my family member, like I wake up and I'm like, it's the birthday, today's the birthday, and I want to celebrate them all day. So all day I'm thinking about what they mean to me, I'm thinking about what I love about them, I'm thinking about what I can do to make them feel special, and I'm calling, usually once, call them, text them, and I just kind of spend the day doing what I can. And if I'm with someone, I really want to make sure every element of their day is how they would want it. So I want to make sure they're having a breakfast they love, and having a lunch they love, and a dinner they love, and we're doing things that they like to do, and we are kind of just celebrating all day long with them. And so I love to do that. I love to, highlight those people in my life and just let them know that I'm appreciative of them. And it's not like Steve doesn't think that. It's not that he's not appreciative of people. But in his family, it's just kind of you check in like some point in the day, usually in the evening, with a FaceTime. And you probably go out to eat where you want to go. But it's not really a big deal. And it's not like I want a big party every year. Like, I'm here in Texas, and we haven't packed any cards, gifts, nothing. Like, it's just us. But I am thinking all day long, it's my birthday, and I feel like that's a special day, you know? So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you on Tina, or Team Tina, or Team Steve? Not that there's anything wrong with either side, just different perspectives. But yeah, love your thoughts. We're now on the other side of that lovely rushing water. I'm not sure where this path goes. I do know, however, I'm going to have to go up the steps. I do know, however, that I am at the place where I can jump in, but I think it's too early for that right now. I have to get a bit further into my run, or I will end up with major chafing on the run home. So we're going to save that for a little bit. What else can we talk about today? We've got 23 minutes, so maybe another 5 minutes and we'll do another check-in with our bodies, one of the two. And as things are not looking too great right now for us all being able to move about and be together in person, I think these are going to become even more important. These together runs that feel normal, feel natural, like I'm doing this where I'm literally talking to you as I run past people, and they probably, there you go, you get to hear old people saying hello to one another. No offence, I'm not trying to, it's probably an insensitive thing to say, but I think I really enjoy seeing these older gentlemen who have their same groups they meet every morning, and that was definitely one of those with, as you heard, someone who hasn't been in a while turning up. And yeah, these runs are very special to me. That's why I'm doing one today. I know they're special to you. You're sharing it, talking about it, telling people. And there's actually more of you doing this now than there are listening to my regular episodes. So I know these are popular. And I love that. I love that we can do a run together while being far apart. And especially in the coming months, with things the way they're looking, we may not be able to do much more regardless. So we can at least have this as something. Welcome to the Barton Creek Greenbelt. Let's see what the Barton Creek Greenbelt has to offer. I've just ran into a spider's web, so I'm definitely the first person to go down here this morning. But yeah, I really appreciate when you send these and show me what you mean to them. I am trying to figure out a way to make these accessible to more people, because that's the situation myself and other content creators, or if that term makes you feel other people who like to help make the world a better place, maybe. That's what we want to do, is get our stuff out to help people. But in particular, I was talking to my friend Chris McClung, who is the founder of Rogue Running, yesterday about we did a run together with his training group, and I ran in a group, and actually maybe that'll be the second thing I'll talk about after we say bye to the 30-minute group. After that we went out for breakfast, Chris and I, and we talked about what we were up to and how we could support one another. And that's always my first question when I see someone who is in the same space as me, is how can I support you? Okay, that's not true. It's not normally the first question. It's normally somewhere in the middle, after we've got through all the generic how are you, what are you doing, how is the family, that stuff. But we go in, I always say, what can I do for you? How can I support you? And I say that at the end of every podcast guest too. Well, maybe not like Rich Roll and Malcolm Gladwell, because can I help them? Actually, with Malcolm, I think I mentioned this, but I did give him unsolicited parenting advice. Quite a big ballsy thing. Shouldn't say ballsy. It's definitely a manly thing to say. I don't want to remove that phrase. definitely a brave thing for me to say to him, and Knox was teasing me about it. But I did say it to him, and he gave me the okay to say it. I asked if it was okay to say. So yeah, maybe I am giving advice to everyone, or giving support to everyone. But yeah, I find it really important to say that to pretty much everyone I connect with, because that's how we get better, right? And we can work on things, collaborate together, not the hashtag collab for DMs, which anyone who's ever used the hashtag knows that very well, but more collaborate in terms of making one another better, working with one another to make things better for our communities, not for fame or recognition, but for our community primarily. And so Chris and I had this conversation, and he's very much on the same page as me in terms of he just wants to do what he can for the running community, and he's got some amazing ideas. I cannot wait to share them out with you, to tell you about them in more detail. But we were talking, where was I going with this? We were talking, and I love connecting with people who are like that, who are interested in doing things that aren't for themselves, but are for others, and really for others. Like, what is really going to help someone turning around? What is really going to help someone with their running journey, with their confidence, with their life? And not in a, we all have to learn our own lessons, and as hard as that is, and that is one of my greatest weaknesses, is trying to fix people, and I'm really working hard trying not to do that, and trying not to teach my kids lessons that they're not ready to learn. But I do think that we can make things that are there just when someone needs it the most. And so I hope I can be that for you. And Chris is definitely one of those, so check out Rogue Running. But that's why I'm doing these together runs. They're helping me. I love to see how they're helping you. And the more of these sharing things you send, the more opportunity that gives me to reach out to these platforms and things that have a way of getting it out there to a broader audience to help more people. And that said, I want to mention that I'm not going to let the heart of this change, even if something were to get acquired and there's nothing in the works right now, but if it were, I just want to promise you right now that the heart of it, the way this is done, is not going to change. I'm not going to let people corporate it. And if they do, if somehow I did, please tell me. Or anything I do. If anything feels too unpersonal or un-Tina or unrunning for real, please tell me. I really, really want to know. Okay, I'm sorry. 30-minute group, we're way over. I hope you've already come to a walk yourself. I apologise for that. I can't really do strides right now. I'm on trails. So I'm going to have you do some strides. I'll give a few minutes just in case you haven't walked until I said so. And then we're going to just do a stride. You are going to do a stride. And that means you're going to build up to about 80% of what would be your all-out sprint. So not a sprint, 80% of the way there. And you're going to do it for about 10 seconds. You're not trying to stride out. You're trying to increase your cadence, actually, to get yourself more, your legs moving faster, and you're going to move faster by propelling more. Okay, so you ready? In 3, 2, and 1. Remember, not striding out, increasing your cadence. Oh, it's a lot harder to judge without doing it. And slow to a walk. Oh, I can do this one with you. All right, we'll give it a little bit more time, and then we'll go again. Right, in 3, 2, and 1. Get up. And slow to a jog or a walk. Oh my God, there's a mass of people, like 50 plus people in this parking lot right now. All together. I'm assuming that's a high school team. Whoa, that is a lot of people. Especially as they just changed the rules here yesterday, saying that Texas is in the highest stage of alert right now for COVID, so maybe not what you expect to see. All right, friends, if you are a 30-minute group, thank you so much for joining me. I think I'm going to jump in this pool now. So do you want to hear that? I don't know how much you'll hear, but I'm going to leave the mic running and go do it. I just have to take my shoes off though, so you're going to have to bear with me on either end with putting my shoes on and taking them off. So that'll pull you up to a higher run amount. But I think it'll be fun. And it's my birthday, so I'm going to do what I want to. Right? If I could sing, I would sing that song right now. You know the one. But I can't. One day I will. That's one of my things I want to learn to do. Or learn to be better at. Okay, I have to figure out how to get in here now. Alright. Okay. I think you can just go through, so I'm going to just try and run through. All right, here we are. We are at the Barton Springs pool. I'm going down the steps. Yeah, I'm going to have you hear me jump in. Yeah? Should you do it? I have to find a place that's not that busy. May run around the other side where it's quieter. Do you hear all the swimmers? It's a nice noise to hear, isn't it? This is pretty impressive, the amount of people. All right, I'm going to stop here, I think. Okay, I'm going to take my shoes off quickly. And here you can hear me jump in. And then you're going to have to hear me on the other end, untying my shoes, which is not going to be that glamorous. Okay, ready? I'm going to put my phone down right near the edge. Everything on me is waterproof. Okay, putting you down. There we go. You ready? I'm going to go quick and then put that. Ready? 1. Okay. Same stuff. That felt good, please. Okay. Back in. I'm going to put my head under. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh no, I'm out. Now I think I'm going to pause you and I'm going to have Jeremy work some magic on this because I want to get a picture. And I want you to take a picture, actually. We haven't done that yet, have we? So take a picture right now of wherever you are. You're probably running. Oh, this is so nice. I can't tell you how nice that felt. Take a picture of you running wherever you are, and I'll join you. I'm going to just pause this recording so that you don't have to listen to me tidying my shoes. But you won't know any different because then it will just begin. So you're just going to hear a brief few seconds of ambient noise, and then I'll be back to running. So take your picture and then get going again. Welcome back. Walking away from the pool now. And that wasn't me. And we're going to head back and get running. There's lots of people talking, as you hear, and lots of people swimming. And wow. If you live in Texas, if you live in Austin, I should say, Texas is ginormous. If you live in Texas, Austin, you better be coming here. This is wow. I couldn't recommend that anymore. And if you're visiting, come here. Wow, what a cool thing. Goodbye, Barton Springs pool. I'm now running back. Really wet. But it feels good. I love jumping in water. So good. Got a long run tomorrow. I want to see a way I can weave this into the final few miles. That'd be good. Okay, so I guess you're going to join me for more than. Guess I'm going to be doing more than 45 minutes because we are over that. We're at 39 minutes on my watch. So probably, well, you're way over at this point, but I'm going to keep going a little bit longer. So our run times definitely aren't going to match up, but that's okay, right? We can have a bit of a weird one because once again, I'm going to pull the birthday card. Okay, I think it's time to do a stride. If you were running that whole time, you are certainly over 45 minutes. So let's do 2 strides. Again, we're just going to pick it up, not trying to sprint. I am going downhill, so my feet are going to be probably extra fast today. Okay, ready? In 3, 2, and 1. And come to a jog. And then we'll take another few more seconds and we'll go to do one more. And then I'm going to say goodbye if you're in the 45-minute group. But if you can just hang out with me as long as you want. Whatever your run says you're at. So I want to again ask you if you wouldn't mind probably joining me on Patreon, supporting me on Patreon, or leaving a rating and review on your podcast player, or sharing it. And those of you who do it every week, thank you so much. There are many of you, and I love seeing them. Really appreciate you. Thank you. Right, ready for another one? In 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and so to a jog. Okay, I'm just going to say thank you for joining me right now. Hang on as long as you want to. Would love to chat chat with you more. Oh, and what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, that's never mind. Let's do a body check-in for the rest of us who are still here. Okay, let's take a deep breath. Okay, thank you for starting that with me. We're going to do a body scan. Okay, going to start at the top of your head, working down through your eyes. Now your eyes scrunched. If they are, just relax them. Going down through your nose, your ears, working into your chin, your jaw, back of your neck, front of your neck, into the front of your shoulders. Are you hunching your shoulders? Just give them a loosen. Down the back of your shoulders, going down the back of your arms, your elbows, your hands. Are you tense? Just shake your arms out. Forget about your egg for now. Shake your arms out if your arms feel tense, stiff. Do it anyway. And now, bring them back. Get your egg back in your hand. Do your hands feel loose? Holding that egg. Going into the rest of your torso, main part of your body, into your stomach, lower back, into your hips, glutes, working around hamstrings, quads, your knees, shins and calves, your ankle, and your arch, top of your foot, and finally your toes. How's everything feel now compared to the beginning? For me, everything feels pretty damn good. Starting to warm up again, but oh, that felt so good. And how about mentally? How are you feeling now? Do you feel you've managed to let go of any feelings you had at the beginning? Do you feel irritated? Do you feel apprehensive? How are you feeling? Thank you for doing another body check-in, checking in with yourself. That's one way to be kind to your body. I know many struggle with the literal version of be kind, where I tell you to say nice things to yourself. And if you're not there yet, if that feels too gooey and lovey-dovey, then this is one way you can do it as well. By checking in and asking yourself how you are and not judging with those things that come up in your body, but just noticing them. And if you want to have it as appreciative, even better. Yes, injuries are frustrating, but we can also be thankful for our bodies, for what they have done and what they continue to do. And that even if one part of you is hurt, think about all the hundreds of other things that are working really well. Be thankful for those. Now, I'd love to hear from you. I know this is really what I want you to respond back to me when you finish this run, especially those of you who are in the hardcore group of doing an hour. Would you like these in other cities? Would it be, this has been kind of a run in Austin? I mean, it has been, but I don't know. I mean, I'd love to hear your thoughts, one, on if you would like this. So like you and I can go on a run in New York, or you and I can go on a run in, I don't know, not St. Louis, but Chicago. You know, I'm not going to take trips specifically to go run somewhere, do this, but maybe it could be, I'm going there, would you like me to do these in the typical parts that are known for that area? So then you know, you're kind of familiar with it when you, and if you ever visit. Would you like that for other places? And if you would you want it to be like this, where it's me, haphazardly just going out for a run to see what I find? Or would you rather there was some organisation there, in that I had looked up what time the sunrise was, made sure I knew where I was going, maybe had shoes with Velcro that could come off, or do you like it, that haphazard teeniness to it? Again, I'd really love to hear. Definitely a lot of people around right now, so I'm testing out my ability to just act normal when people are staring at you, wondering why you're talking to a little dead cat microphone. As said, there are some really fast people running along here. This is kind of impressive. And actually, I would be doing that if I was here. This place, I need to find the name of it, would be the ideal place to do a workout. Wow, yes, it would be. So I think now I'm running around Ladybird Lake, or the Colorado River / Ladybird Lake. But again, didn't look it up because after so many years of structuring everything, of organising everything, of every run having to be meticulously planned out, I'm just really enjoying being able to just do it, what I want to do, and go out with a curious, explorative mind rather than I've got to do this, I need to make sure I know exactly. I'm just overthinking it, I suppose. I really love this approach I have right now where I can just go. And so, but that said, if you do want more organisation for these, I can do it for these. But yeah, please tell me your thoughts on these runs in different cities. Then when I go home, I could maybe go into London and do a run in Victoria Park, or go to Richmond Park or something. And I could take your requests as well, see if I can set up work in various places in years to come. Really, I'd love to hear your opinions. So I'm coming into, for me, probably the last 5 minutes now, and I'm going to say goodbye because I really want to take this final few minutes of this run for me. And if you want to switch off, you're welcome to. I'm going to leave the mic running, so if you want to just have the next 5 minutes be in peace and quiet, join me for that. Otherwise, if you don't like silence, you can zip out. But that's what I'm going to do. Thank you for joining me today on my birthday run. I appreciate you. I appreciate all that you do, your support of me, your shares, your kind words, your heart. Stay true to you, friends. I'll see you on Monday. to hear all about. Thank you for joining me, anyone who's still here. See you Friday. Before we end this episode, I just want to take a moment to shout out my podcast editor, Jeremy Nessel, who has done such a wonderful job of looking after my podcast, taking out all the mishaps in the episodes, while still keeping in the vulnerability and the realness and the rawness of the conversation. This is not one of those podcasts where I take out the ums and the ers and the sometimes the delay in words, because I think it's very important to keep that authenticity. We're surrounded by perfected and manicured everything, and I think it's really important that Running for Real stays that way. So thank you to Jeremy for your work. I also want to thank Maria Vargas and Amber Moore, who are also part of my team. They've been a big part of this community and me being able to build this brand. So just want to give them a shout out too. All right, let's get right back to the end of this episode.